The rain wasn't the only factor at the opening round of the Mountain Dew ATV Motocross Championship. The competition was fierce as well, as Joel Hetrick took Moto number 1, and Josh Creamer pulled away to win Moto number 2. But in the end, a consistent defending champion Chad Wienen won the overall. But there's no doubt the challengers are there. Welcome to RacerTV's coverage of the 2013 Mountain Dew ATV Motocross Championships. We are at the legendary Muddy Creek Raceway in Blountville, Tennessee. For the Amsoil Spring National, Jason Wygant here to give you the call. It's going to be very exciting this season. The way things turned out in round 1, we got a win from Chad Wienen, our defending series champ, but so many contenders. Moto wins were split between Josh Creamer and Joel Hetrick, who you see right here bookending each other, laughing it up in the pits. You, of course, have to worry about Josh Upperman. So many contenders for what should be a banner 2013 season, and so many people putting their programs together a little late, so you never know who's going to go fast here at round 2 based on the lessons they learned at round 1. So let's talk to some of our top riders about racing today at Muddy Creek, getting this season started off right.
All right, hi, John Natale here. We're down here at Muddy Creek Raceway in Blountville, Tennessee. Just got here, getting ready to get everything unloaded, get ready for the race. You know, been training hard. Was up at Steve Lloyd and Duck Lloyd's house. We built a track up there, just training hard, trying to get in shape. And you know, we got a late start to the season, trying to get everything dialed in, get the bikes dialed in. Just kind of still testing and right into the racing. So, you know, we'll see what happens here this weekend.
Last race, I came out with a Moto 1 win. Second Moto had a mishap, spun out and stalled. Got 5th overall. In between races, I stayed at Breezewood Proving Grounds, rode 8 days straight. I feel awesome and I'm ready for the weekend. Hopefully we can get 1st overall and maybe a couple hole shots.
From the last race to this race, we're here at Muddy Creek, Tennessee right now. You know, we had 2 weekends off, so I just basically went back and started training training a little bit harder, doing a lot more cardio. I felt really good at the first race, but there were still some things that I needed to work on, so did a lot more riding and just you know, basic workout and cardio. But you know, this weekend I feel great. I feel comfortable. The track looks good. I'm excited, so we'll see. It's gonna be anyone's race, and I'm just excited to get out there and go around the track.
A couple of riders here have reason to be positive coming into round 2. They had success at round 1. You saw that Can-Am of Josh Creamer. Then you have the Yamaha team, Wienen Motorsports, back on the right with the sunglasses as defending champion Chad Wienen, and then his teammate here on your left is Thomas Brown. All three had rays of sunshine on a muddy race day at the opener, and now they've all had 3 weeks off to improve their game for round 2. Let's talk to them.
After Anyonia, we went back to Walsh Racecraft down in Live Oak, Florida. Me and Chad both put in a couple hard weeks and then kind of rest up this last week before the race. It was a 3-week break. It was good. It allowed me to really push hard and get ready. Expecting a top 3 this weekend and see what we can do.
Josh Creamer here. We're here at Muddy Creek, Tennessee. Since the last round, I've been down in Florida at my place training and hitting the whoops pretty hard and whatever at my track and putting in some hard motos, and hopefully we can come here this weekend and get up on a podium again and just try to stay in that championship chase.
Yeah, just coming into this weekend, we had a great, we had a 3-week break, and we were down in Florida, the whole team was, and just doing some training down in Live Oak, Florida, down at Walsh Racecraft, and had a couple tracks that we were hitting up down there. Had a great time. The weather's been amazing, you know, up in the 80s, so it's like perfect training weather, and this weekend I'm hearing it's supposed to be at least sunny, so it's a big plus, and we're looking forward to it, and coming out here with the red number plate and carrying it on to the round 3.
This racetrack itself has undergone quite a few changes as of late. It is metamorphosizing, if I can make up a word, itself into not only a place for a great amateur motocross racing and professional ATV racing, but for the first time ever, it'll host pro dirt bike races a little later on this summer. But this has always been a great home for the ATV set, and the track gotten wider and wider as it makes his transformation, so it should lead to great racing this year. In practice today, Wienen grabbed the ATVRiders.com Fast Qualifier Award, so he has the first gate pick there on his blue Yamaha trim with the red #1 plate as we get ready for Moto 1 of this round 2 of the Mountain Dew ATV Motocross Championships from Muddy Creek. Let's hop on board with Josh Upperman. Upperman known for his starts, and it's one of the Hondas out front in this one, but it's not him. Upperman battling around second or third, and it looks like the 88 of Hetrick is throwing roost on everyone else. So the Corrosion Hetrick Racing backed Honda is the first rider through. And that's the SSI Decals Whole Shot Award for him. And look at the distance. He's already started to open up, tripling through the infield, and almost couldn't get it stopped in time for that corner. The kid out of Pennsylvania is ripping early. And remember, he won the first moto of the year a few weeks ago in Georgia. It was muddy conditions that day. He's even faster here in the dry. Everyone else battling behind him. Upperman has a good start. And I believe that's a privateer named Casey Martin also up there in the top 3. I thought I saw the veteran #7 Honda man of Joe Bird toward the front. Hard to keep the action straight when you've got one rider pulling away so quickly already, Hetrick, and then everyone else in a pack behind him. Look at this. One lap in the books, and it's certainly a good one for the 88. We're going to hop on board now with Upperman with our GoPro on board. And that is fun to watch. Indeed, that was Casey Martin who Upperman was battling for that #2 position as Hetrick tries to get away. Just textbook riding right now. We talk about it every week on these shows. A great pedigree. There's Martin trying to hang on to the #2 spot with Upperman all over him. I believe it was Thomas Brown of the Yamaha in 4th. Hetrick trying to get away early here at Muddy Creek while the battle rages for 2nd. Stay with us.
Find your flow with Maxxis Tires.
RacerTV is brought to you by Mountain Dew, by AMSOIL, by Rocky Mountain ATVMC, by Can-Am, and by Maxxis. Welcome back to Muddy Creek. Jason Wygant, your host here on RacerTV. And Joel Hetrick on the Corrosion Hetrick Racing Honda, leading the way in the #88. Grabbed the SSI Decals Whole Shot Award, and while a great battle has broken out behind him, no one has been able to challenge this kid. It is not fast forward. He's just going that fast. The battle for 2nd, Upperman and Brown have moved around Casey Martin, and it is a knockdown dragout between the #20 and the 84. And now we see the #1 of Wienen getting in the picture as well. So we'll focus in on this battle as Hetrick gets away. 2 Yamahas and 1 Honda. Upperman is very tough to pass. He is notorious for his starts. Even when he doesn't whole shot, he's usually toward the front. That's the case today. There's Hetrick. Big sprint early. And he's looking at a lead of around 10 seconds. And here's that battle for 2nd. That is Brown, who's going to go by Upperman. We'll show you what it's like. Upperman was on the outside of that whoop section, and that opened the door. All 3 riders tripling together. Not out of the woods yet is the #20 because he's got your champ, Chad Wienen, all over him. We go back to our leader. I don't think anyone's going to be able to catch him. He'll have to make a mistake. Taking advantage of the good start is Hetrick. We mentioned before the pedigree of this kid, multi-time youth amateur champion in this series. His family known for their craft of making very, very fast mini ATVs, and he has reached all the way to the top of the ranks. He's got several moto and overall victories to his name. Now he wants to become a genuine championship threat. Didn't have the consistency he wanted in that first race of the year. Could today be the day as we see the battle for the 2nd place in the 2 Yamaha teammates shaping up. Upperman now dropping a little bit of time back to 4th. John Natale in 5th. And Josh Kramer, a bad start on the BCS Can-Am. outside of that top 5. Then it's Bird and the rest of the field. Looks like Wienen has now overcome his teammate to take over second, and that's the key. Bad start for Wienen. Didn't see much of him early in the moto, and he still has the opportunity to score solid points if he finishes second in this one. I'm just going to let the cat out of the bag. No one is catching Hetrick unless he has a major problem, and that's not going to happen. He's headed to the checkered flag. There it is, Joel Hetrick, your Moto #1 winner for the second race in a row. Picking up some whole shot money as well. We'll be right back after this.
When it's time to get ready to ride, you need gear. It's time to go to RockyMountainATV.com. With the largest selection of ATV parts, apparel, and accessories, we have what you need at deep discounts. We have a huge state-of-the-art facility that ensures your order ships out quickly with accuracy that's second to none. Most items ship free and arrive at your door in 3 days or less. Visit our industry-leading website, RockyMountainATV.com today for the best prices, quickest shipping, online support, and largest in-stock selection around. RockyMountainATV.com. Get ready.
Now when the sun come up, I'll be there to say what up in the morning. Perfectly at peace, so I move along a bit higher. I'll be up and away, cause they gon' judge me anyway. So whatever, I'll be up and away.
Crack open a can of new Kickstart by Mountain Dew. The perfect mix of dew, real fruit juice, and just the right amount of kick. Kickstart your day.
RacerTV is brought to you by Mountain Dew, by AMSOIL, by Rocky Mountain ATVMC, by Can-Am, and by Maxxis. Time for our Mountain Do's and Don'ts at Muddy Creek.
Hi, I'm Dean Manshak with Rage ATV Racing out of Houston, Texas. We're out here today to bring you some of the Mountain Do's and Don'ts you'll do when you're in ATV racing. We'll start in the front of the bike and go to the back and kind of bring you guys up to speed of what you're watching here on RacerTV. Got to have the bumper on the front. Can't run these safes so close that they hit the tires and the fenders, so we have to put a bumper on the front of them. Got aggressive tires on here. We've got a clutch with hand guards to keep the kids from getting hit by rocks when they're out on the tracks. We've got our Nerf bars to keep the bikes from coming together. This keeps them from tires getting in between the foot peg and the rider and their boots. We've got bead locks. This keeps the tires from staying on the rim. These kids are hitting the corner so aggressively it just peels the rubber right off the bike. In the back, we got a bumper for the same reason in the back. The kids bump and grind with each other, and this kind of protects the rear of the bike. You notice all the corners on the bike are rounded. Can't have any sharp edges on the track. We don't want the kids to fall off the bike. Somebody could get impaled on something sharp. A little wider seat than what you see on a dirt bike. This gives the kids the ability to move around from side to side on the bike. And obviously we try to run as much as we can. Full fenders on the bike. This keeps the mud, and you can see here today at Muddy Creek, Tennessee, we've had a little mud on the track. This keeps it off the riders. When you set your bike up for motocross racing, make sure you think ahead. You never know what can happen on the track. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks, D. Yeah, you can see how safety is the #1 factor in this form of racing, and then they'll move on to speed and performance. We'll give you some more tips of that as the RacerTV series moves on. There's Chad Wienen, second place in Moto #1. Knows if he wins Moto 2, he's the overall champ for the day. Not going to be easy, though. Lots of competition. There's his teammate Thomas Brown, and there the 88 of Joel Hetrick, who won that first moto. Those three riders were your podium finishers in that first race. Hetrick was not able to back it up in Moto 2 the last time we raced. We'll see if he can do it today. There's John Natali trying to prepare his starting gates to get ready for this second moto. It's been Wienen that's a consistent one this year, but he has actually yet to win a moto on the season. We'll see if speed can trump patience again here at Muddy Creek. Jeff Rastrelli's got the GoPro here, and you're going to see what it's like to have to pass the fastest riders in the game. He is mid-pack into the first turn, bumping and banging. You see those bumpers and Nerf bars we talked about with the Mountain Do's and Don'ts coming into play, and Hetrick has himself another SSI Decals Whole Shot Award. Oh, but this is what we'd like to see. I believe that's Wienen to the #2 spot. So we thought it'd be a shootout between these two. Glad to see them get off the gates together. And I believe that's Kramer back in the #3 position. So three of the fastest, if not the fastest, three riders in this series so far. They've been the ones taking the win so far. They are the 3 leaders, so this has really opened the door for what should be a great Moto 2 battle. And it's going to be a bit of a strategy game as they're all going to feel each other out. I don't think you're going to see Hetrick just lay wood to these guys and pull away 5-6 seconds a lap like it appeared like he did at times in Moto 1. Not going to do that to 2 riders who have won this championship before. Make that 3. It's Natalia, the number 13, up to 4th. So 3 veteran former champions of the series going to try to hunt down the kid who is certainly in the zone today. And it looks like Hetrick is pulling away just a bit, and a mistake there from Wienen, opening the door for Creamer. And Natalia and Brown to try to close up. I might end up eating my words here. I didn't think that Hetrick could do this to these type of riders, but he is slowly starting to pull away as they go past the mechanics area. Well, there's no doubt of the speed of Hetrick. First-year effort here on the Honda, raced a Can-Am last year. Everyone, like we said, somewhat in testing and somewhat racing mode early in the season. You heard some of the comments, riders at the top of the show. Clearly, whatever work they've done in the off-season, Hetrick has made it work, and he is pulling away from Wienen. So, shows what I know. I thought the champ would keep honest pressure on Hetrick, and I thought Creamer would keep the pressure on Wienen, but they have strung it out a little bit in the early stages of this one. Will it be a perfect 1-1 day for Hetrick, or can someone put it to him? Stay with us on RacerTV.
Any engine, any season, at home, at the track, or on the trail. AMSOIL, the first in synthetics.
The Can-Am Renegade 1000 XXC with the most powerful engine in the industry. The Outlander 1000 XT with a redesigned chassis for unequal trail riding. The Commander 1000 Limited, the most equipped, luxurious side-by-side in the industry. The facts say it's the most advanced lineup out there. But the ride says it all.
RacerTV is brought to you by Mountain Dew, by AMSOIL, by Rocky Mountain ATVMC, by Can-Am, and by Maxxis. Joel Hetrick continues to lead here at Muddy Creek Raceway. A pair of hole shots on the day have powered him to this, but you got to give credit to the riding as well. He has had a pace that no one else can match. Now, at one point, Hetrick and second place Chad Wienen were matching each other with 1:39 lap times, but Hetrick has now gone into a 1:38 to try to extend that gap back out. The guys behind him are really pushing. They try to put in a last-ditch effort in the second half of this moto to run Hetrick down, but you can see the gap is pretty big again. No cause for panic or alarm for Wienen. He has started this series off red hot at times and went on to not win the title. So he knows there's a lot more to it than just going fast and getting the moto wins here in the first and second rounds of the year. But you have to be a little bit concerned when the kid goes this fast and pulls away, that he's going to be a force to be reckoned with all year long, and it's really only a matter of time, you know, before Hetrick figures this game out. The talent and speed are there. The puzzle pieces just need to be put in the right spots, and if he's got it figured out, Wienen's going to have his hands full trying to defend this championship. As for Creamer, so strong at the opener. He's won this title before. He knows how to be consistent. Brown back there, the number 4 spot. Natalia in 5th. And these guys are close enough. We can still see some movement within the top 5 before it's over as Natalia puts his head down and tries to go after Brown. No one going after Hetrick, though. And by the way, absolutely perfect conditions. Look at this dirt to go over this big jump here. Sam Gammon and everyone at Victory Sports integral not only to this racetrack, but to this entire Mountain Dew ATV Motocross Series. They want to roll Muddy Creek out as one of the premier stops on the tour, and they have done a great job putting this one together with a little bit of help from Mother Nature, who certainly did not spare anyone at our opener at Aonia Pass. If you're Hetrick, you're hoping that these conditions are more indicative of what we'll race on all year long, and the results would be as well, because he has put it to everybody. But I cannot stress enough how early it is in the season. You heard riders like Tally say they're basically testing and racing at the same time. Hetrick obviously has it dialed in. We'll see if the gap closes late in this race or at other races throughout the season. There's Kramer still in third. Now, Hetrick, known for a couple of cool things, likes to throw the ATV sideways in the air, basically scrubbing it or whipping it as you would a dirt bike. Today, though, this track didn't really offer the huge airtime. It was more about the corner speed, and he was just charging those. Of course, there's that triple, handles it no problem, and just destroys the berm. I can't believe, just like the first moto, he's been able to get it stopped for that corner every time. His entry speed is just incredible. But a lifetime of riding like this, dominating every class he's in, has set him up for these days to go 1-1 in the pro class. Joel Hetrick is obviously your overall winner today. Yamaha boys flank him on the podium. Let's talk to the top three.
Went 3-4 today with the first moto, having a great battle with my teammate Chad Wienen. Second moto, had to work through the pack a little bit, ended up getting fourth in the second moto for a third overall. Pretty pumped about the whole weekend. I can't thank the team enough. Wienen Motorsports, SSI Decals, Walsh Racecraft, Yamaha. We got Max's Tires, Fox Shocks, and Team Bomber just being a huge support to us. I want to give a big shout out to my boy Caleb Moore. Man, he was a huge inspiration in my life, and I just can't thank that kid enough. And the rest of the team, everybody, thank y'all.
All right, out here at Muddy Creek Raceway, round 2. It was a really good weekend. We got blessed with some sun, and first moto came out 4th. Made a couple mistakes and just had a little bit of work cut out for me. And Thomas Brown and myself, teammate, we had a great battle pretty much the whole race, and came down to like the second to last lap. I got around him and just rounded up in second, and then we get to the main. Just had a great start. I was battling Joel for the whole shot, and this track was just a lot of it was a start. And he came out with it, just battled with him for the first couple laps, and he had a great pace going, and just wasn't really feeling it, so I just kind of toned it back a little bit, played it smart, rolling out here with the points lead, and I'm happy with the weekend. Had a lot of fun, and I got to thank Wienen Motorsports, SSI Decals, Walsh Racecraft, Yamaha, backed by Team Volmer and Max's Tires.
The weekend was awesome. I pulled 2 hole shots. I pulled both moto wins. Overall first. I mean, getting close to that red plate, that's where I want to be. Definitely feeling good now that I got this win under my belt. I mean, I couldn't do it without my mom and dad, Hetrick Racing, Corrosion Specialties, Maximum RPM, Maximum Construction. I mean, just everyone helped me out. I appreciate it.
Give you the AMSOIL race recap, show you how Hetrick captured it. Started with a pair of SSI Decals Whole Shot Awards. Here he is in Moto 1, just blazing away to a huge lead early. They put it on cruise control all the way to the end, and he would follow it up in Moto 2. We were hoping to see him get out of the gate with the likes of Wienen and Kramer, and that's exactly what happened. But we also thought they would stay with him for most of this one. That's exactly what didn't happen. There you see how close Wienen was, and soon you won't see him in the picture because Hetrick simply had everyone's number today. The number 2 beat was 88, and no one could beat it. That's 3 moto wins in the first 4 motos of the year. This kid is going to be a force to be reckoned with all season long. For everyone at RacerTV, I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching.